right. Hey, congratulations for being here at VidCon.
Thank you.
How has VidCon been treating you so far?
It's been really, really fun. There's been a lot of really amazing people here and really awesome creators. So it's just been a really great experience.
That's pretty awesome, but this isn't your first VidCon, is it?
No. I actually was a featured creator a couple of years ago and I had a really great experience then. So I'm just really happy to be here again.
What do you love about this convention?
I love that everyone can just network and connect, and there's ways for like creators to learn about it and like see where, creators started and how to get to this place, which is really cool. And then I love the community as well, and just being able to like meet my community in person is really, really fulfilling.
That's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and start off with the easy question. Who is Kelsi Davies?
Yes. So Kelsi Davies, I'm an actress, I'm a creator, and also a clairvoyant. So I visit the most haunted places in the world, and I've had this spiritual gift from a young age where I connect with spirits.
Now, for those people who don't know, what is a clairvoyant?
Yeah, so a clairvoyant, I just kind of label myself as that because it's just there's so much to it. Like people call it psychic, medium, or whatever you want to call it, but clairvoyance is the gift of sight. So you're able to see kind of through the veil, if that makes sense. So I've just had that experience my whole life, and I see spirits, like very often. So that's something that I just kind of put a label on.
Now, going back to the beginning, when did you realize this gift?
Yeah, so it was when I was little. I would have these really intense dreams where it would be like everyone was deceased around me and they would show me how they died, or it would be I would go to a funeral and it would be a family member who passed away, and then they would come to me in my sleep. So I always thought, okay, it's just a dream, But then later on, I started seeing like figures, shadow figures. I started seeing this man that had like a brown suit on and these glasses and a silver watch, and I'd always see him, and I didn't know who he was. I later found out he was my grandpa's dad who passed away before my mom was born, and I pointed him out in a photo, and he had the same glasses, and I asked my grandpa, I was like, did he have a brown suit? And he was like, yes, he wore it a lot. So that was pretty like a turning point right there for me.
Do you still see him?
Sometimes, yeah, he'll come through, not as much anymore, which is interesting. So I don't know if he just was there for a little bit and then I don't know what that was, but I'd like to see him again.
I'm curious, as you get older, do you see more and more of this?
That's what I noticed is so I had it a lot when I was little, then I kind of blocked it off. And then later on, I think it was in the past couple years, it started just coming back really naturally. So I think that it kind of comes in my family, because it runs in my family. I think it kind of comes in their late 20s is what I think, but I don't know because they all passed before I was born.
So there were family members that actually have the same gift.
Yes, yeah, and I didn't know about it. No one told me because my mom doesn't have it, my dad doesn't have it, my grandpa doesn't, but his mom and his brother, they had it, and his grandmother, and they're all from the Native American, like Sisseton, Wahpeton, Sioux. So they all had like gifts, and they would do seances and things like that, and I didn't know until I started vocalizing it, and they were like, oh yeah, it runs in the family. I was like, that would have been great to know.
Wow. So at the turning point, after realizing your gift, when did you start to become a creator yourself?
Yeah, so I actually just loved entertainment. I loved acting, I loved dancing, things like that. So I always was just really drawn to it. And then I started doing auditions and stuff, and they were like, oh, you need a following to, or like, how many followers do you have? It just started coming up. So I was like, okay, I got to build a social media following. So I started building it up. And at this time, I was just going through a really spiritual transition in my life. And so I was like, why don't I just share my life and my experiences? And I ended up getting a haunted doll, which my manager's holding over there. And after I got her, it was like everyone just loved her and stuff. And so that all just kind of blew up. And then I was more vocal about my experiences, and I wasn't afraid to share it anymore. And there's a lot of people out there who have the same experiences. So it was like they felt heard, and they found a community where they felt like they could be seen in a way.
So who was this first doll? When was this?
Yeah, so that's Lola. That's my haunted doll. Oh, sure, we could bring her in.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, so this this has a spirit attachment. So sometimes spirits attach to like vessels, especially if they die tragically or die before their time, you know. And so she was 18 years old when she passed away from the Spanish flu pandemic. So she's from like 1901 to 1919. So there's a spirit with her, and my boyfriend seen her when he was a skeptic. He saw her standing in my room and he freaked out, and I've had a lot of really interesting encounters with her.
So she told you all this.
Yes, yeah. So actually, there was a lady who had her before, and she actually sold her as a haunted doll. And so she had the story, but she didn't know a lot else. And then I ended up learning so much more about her and sharing it through my content and just getting to know who she was.
So she is a good spirit, not like the Annabelle doll.
Yeah, she's a good spirit. Yeah, I have met Annabelle, and they're very different.
Oh. But I also understand you have other friends too. Can you tell us about them?
My spirit friends or
Yes,
yeah. Well, my real life friends. Yeah, so I have a bunch of haunted dolls at home. I just come across them like at antique stores and stuff like that, and then they just kind of come to me randomly. So I have like a statue, and his name is Emil. And when I got him, I went to the antique shop and I felt a male presence with him. And so I ended up having a dream about him, and he was still there. So I went and bought him, and everyone at the antique shop was whispering. They're like, she's buying the Santo statue. She's buying Santo. Like he was like a person. And they asked me, they're like, why are you getting him? And I was like, I think there's a spirit with him. And they were like, yes, he moves like around the store. There's a spirit with him. So they're all freaking out. So that's how I got him. And then I have a couple other dolls that I'm still learning about too.
I'm curious, do you seek them out or they seek you?
I think a little bit of both, honestly. Like even with Lola, I saw her photo and I didn't even read the description of her or anything, and I just bought her because I just felt something. So I don't know if it was her just calling out to me or if I just intuitively, bought her. I'm not sure.
Now, when did you translate your creator channel into going to haunted places and seeking out haunts?
Yeah, so I originally had a channel with an old friend, and so we would do like lifestyle content, vlogs and stuff like that, and then I started having more experiences, and I was always just so drawn to the paranormal, which makes sense now. And I found Oh My Gosh TV on YouTube, and I started watching his videos, and I would feel things and see things, and it was really, really fascinating to me. So he would explore all these haunted locations, and I was afraid of it at the time because it was something that I didn't understand, but I knew it was a thing. And so I just started visiting haunted locations from there and fell in love with it.
So you could really feel the presence when you visit these locations.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So sometimes I'll go and I won't know anything about the location, and I will see what I pick up on, and it adds up, and it's amazing.
So walk me through, as a creator, through your production on the planning process, the videoing. I mean, does it take a lot? Because obviously you're not filming every single day.
Right, yeah. So when it comes to short form content, it's definitely a lot, and especially with what I do, it's very draining spiritually too. I'm so tired after I film my videos. But when I go to haunted locations, we have to travel, we have to get plane tickets, hotels, we have to rent the locations out because some of them are hotels, or they're houses, or they're abandoned prisons and stuff like that. So we have to find a way to contact the owners, rent them out, and be able to go there for the night, and then travel with all our equipment, get there and film. And you never know what's going to happen because it's all authentic, it's all real. And sometimes I'll bring people who are skeptical with me, or I'll bring special guests and stuff to get everyone's different reactions. And so when we're there, it's hard to plan out filming when it's up to the spirits. It's up to if they're active or not. Sometimes we'll be there for 8 hours just waiting for something to happen, and then sometimes it'll just pop off right when we walk in, which is great.
Now, for being as a creator here, especially at VidCon, ever since you start creating these type of videos, how has life changed for you?
It's changed my entire life. I mean, I always I always knew that I would be doing something in entertainment, and I always loved creating, and I always loved like being in charge of things, and just like running my own life. Like I taught gymnastics for a long time and coached it, and I just didn't like being told what to do. But I would do it, but I always just liked to structure my own life, and it was just healthier for me mentally also. And so I just feel so grateful and so blessed to have this as a career, and I'm able to just create and do things that I love and connect with people on a really deep level and help people out there.
So when you meet fans in public, how do you react to them as they adore you?
I get so excited. I'm always always so happy and smiley, and just it makes my whole day, just anyone coming up to me, because I'm like, you watch me? Like, I'm surprised every time. Like, it's just so surreal to me.
That's pretty awesome. So do you do any collaborations with others in the case, to either promote yourself or to promote others?
Yeah. So we'll do collaborations. There's a lot of people in my niche, and so we'll do like collaborations together, and we'll listen to our audiences, because we definitely want to do, collabs if they want them, because they like seeing their favorite creators together and stuff like that. And then I'll also reach out to like celebrities and different guests who are into the paranormal, because a lot of people are. So then we're able to like do a really cool collab that way too.
So where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I know this sounds like a job,
And I'm like, wow. I honestly, like psychically, I see it, but I'm like, you just don't know till it happens, So I just see myself making short films. I see myself more in the acting industry, taking a step in that direction, but also like finding a balance between, my content and doing all of that. I'm hoping, because I'm a big part of the editing process and putting the videos together and everything like that. I edited my videos for like 5 years, but now I have editors, luckily, that can help and, are able to piece the video together. And so I'm hoping our goal that we're working on is we'll have the editors just able to, produce the video, I go and film it, and then they're able to like do the production side so that I'm able to focus on other things.
So now you have a team
Yes.
working with you.
I do, and I'm so grateful, but it's hard because they have to like learn the paranormal and understand it, because if we catch like a voice on camera or if we catch an apparition, they have to pay attention to it. So they themselves have to learn about the paranormal. And I even had an old editor, and he would get scared like editing my videos. He's like, I had to take breaks. I'm sorry the video's late, because it was a lot for me.
So they're definitely believers on your team.
Yes, yeah, they have to be believers, otherwise it won't do.
So as an actress and as an entertainer yourself, are you pivoting towards making like films, like especially in the horror genre?
Yes, yeah, I do little kind of short film type videos on my short form content, and those have gone viral. A lot of them, I have like this tooth fairy I created that people really like and stuff. That one got like 30 million views on YouTube or something. It's so crazy. And so things like that, and then I want to kind of make that into more, hopefully maybe some feature films in the future, or more short films just around the horror weird genre. Like I kind of like adding comedy into it, because I want people to watch it and not know whether to laugh or to be scared.
Pretty awesome. And before I forget, what is the most amazing haunt that you ever visited?
Ooh, I think I have to say the Garnet House in Kansas, because it's like I saw objects moving and flying around, and that was just the coolest thing, because it's so rare to experience that. So it was scary. Like I cried a little bit, but now I'm like, that was so cool. And I always talk about it to this day to people, just all the time.
So what scares you today? Nothing?
I don't even know. If someone's trying to, like a spirit's trying to scare me, then yeah. I think people scare me more though, honestly.
People are scary.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Well, Kelsi, this is terrific. But before we let you go, if people want to watch you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me. I'm on YouTube. It's just KelsiDavies. And then my TikTok and Instagram is Kelsi Davies with 2 I's and 2 S's at the end.
Awesome. Let's enjoy the rest of VidCon, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.